Hello there, good to see you here. Now before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so as this encourages me to make videos like this. Today we'll be learning about ServiceNow record, list and form view. We will look at what is a record, what is a list view, what is form view, and what are the differences between a list view and a form view. So, what is a record? A record in simple terms means a row in a spreadsheet that stores information in a database. Now, when we look at the image below, we would see that on row 1, all these make the record. So everything on row 1 makes record number 1. When we look at record number 6, we would see that all these things make up that record. And we can see here start, end, sunset, stage, time, and status. These are all called columns. So we've got our row and then we've got our columns. Now, these columns are termed as fields in ServiceNow. So in ServiceNow on the form, we would see that there's a field called start, end, sunset, stage, time, and status. And now whatever value that is in there is termed as a value. So when we look at row number 3 or record number 3, we'll have start, which is 12/10/2005 Wednesday. Now this is the value in the field start. So on the form, we will have start as one of the fields and we will have these dates as the value. Now, once you get this concept, you will almost understand how ServiceNow table work. So now let's go into ServiceNow so I can demonstrate this to you. So we are in our instance now and we are going to search for the table incident. Now we want a list view of this table. Okay, there are ways that we can do this. When we search for the table name, which is the application name, so now we can see incident as the application, and we've got modules, create new, assign to me, open, open and assign, resolved, and all. When we open all, it's going to create or it's going to give us the list view of all incidents, despite the state, whether it's assigned to someone, it will be displayed. Okay, so it's going to display all incidents records. There is another way we can do this as well. We can add dot list. Okay, so press enter, and as we can see, it gives us the list view of all incidents. If you don't want to open in the parent tab, so let's go back and do this again. So incident dot. Now watch the list. The list is all going to be in a caps lock, okay, or uppercases. Now when we do this, this is going to open the list view in a different tab on our browser. So let's see. As you can see, it's opened a new tab on our browser displaying all lists of incidents. Okay, and we can see that the state new, closed, new, on hold, closed is displaying all sort of states within the record. And as our diagram over here displays, look, we've got our incident number. Everything here will be the row. When I talk about row, I mean everything. Okay, everything like that. And these are columns. Let's open this record and it gives us the record information. Okay, this is the whole record. All the fields are being displayed and it has values in them. As we can see, the number, that is the column or field, and we can see we've got this value. Okay, same as impact, you can see it has a value of 3 low. When we look at assignment group, is empty. It's not assigned to any group, neither is it assigned to any agent. In form view, we can do so many things. We can edit, we can enter any details. It also has sessions, so notes, we can add notes here. We can add related records. But when we scroll down, we can see other sections as well. You can see task SLAs, service level agreements. Let's go and create a new incident. So now we're going to create a new incident and see how that is. So Able Tutor, we'll select software and then subcategory would say email. And then now let's think of short description as the subject. So when you are inputting an incident to help the agent resolve your case or your incident, and then for the description, that is when we actually provide more details. Okay, so I would say this: I cannot log into my Outlook app on my phone. It gives error code 501. Please find attached error. We're just going to leave this for now, okay? But in normal cases, this will be assigned to a particular group, okay? In real life, yeah, this is going to be assigned to a particular group. We're going to save this now. We click on here and save. Okay, we can also come over here, additional actions, and then click on save. It will give us other menus or other actions that we can do on this particular form. So we'll go back to our list view. Okay, now in list view we can see columns over here. Okay, so we've got number, opened, short description, caller, priority, state, category, assignment group, assigned to, updated by. Okay, now bear in mind when we open the form there is quite a lot of columns on there, so you probably will be asking yourself, where are all these columns or fields in there? Okay, so now when we go back to this field, we have something called personalized list. So we're going to go over here, which is this gear button right here. These are all available fields which is associated to incident form. It already has some of these, and so these are all the ones which is showing at the moment. All right, so now if you want to remove some of them, maybe you don't want some of them, you can just take some of them away, okay, by doing this and then using this arrow. Okay, another way you can do that is also by double clicking. Okay, so double clicking, and that's going to remove it. Now we're just going to add that back. Same thing, we can double click it, or when we select on that particular column or field, we can use this arrow, add, boom, and that's going to add to that. Now even with this one, we can still show, we can still personalize it to show, you know, in a different order, whether we want the number to be or the last bottom, which is not advisable. If we want open to be, you know, on the bottom or call at the bottom, we can basically arrange this, okay, by using this arrow, either up or down. Okay, so we'll put that here, probably put color next, okay, and then remove state, and then short description will go there, and then we'll look at opened, category, priority. We can add more, so we're going to add urgency. Can scroll up to see all of the fields which are here. Okay, so we add impact. We can move these things, these two, by using your command on the Mac, or I think by control on your Windows. So we're going to move this, okay, and leave it like that. So we'll save it by clicking OK. And now, as we can see, it has added this new fields. Now you can still edit in the list view, but this is based on, you know, role access or ACLs. So sometimes you'll be permitted to do that, other times you wouldn't be permitted to do that. This is all based on certain applications and also certain records that you want to work on. Some of them require you to elevate your role before you do that. Let's say with this incident number, we're going to try and update that category. So we double click it, and then we'll pick hardware, and then subcategory we would say CPU. We're going to save it. Let's go back to that record and see if it's done what we wanted. So we can see it's changed it to category to hardware, CPU, and subcategory as CPU. Another thing we can do as well is using the column options. All right, now do we want to group certain categories? We can come over here, we've got column options, okay, and we say group by category. So let's see what's going to do. So now you can see that it's actually cascaded category, and now we can see divided categories into how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks. Okay, you can see that it's only displaying 20 of 68. So what we can do, we can also increase the number of records that it displays by coming onto the list controls, going to show. Do we want to display, do we want it to display 100 rows? We go there, we click on 100, and it's going to display 100 rows, 50 records. That's how we can increase the number of records on displaying. When we go to list controls, we've got view. Okay, so even in displaying in the list view, we still have different sort of views within that. Okay, so let's check out some of these views. So in the mobile view, this is how the list view is going to display on the mobile. If you want to check incident list in your mobile, the view is going to be something like this, with these columns, 1, 2, 3, 4 columns displaying. Okay, good. So we're just going to go back to default, and we have our list. Now, other functions of this same list options, and we come here. Now we click on pie chart. It has created a report, okay, in the pie chart format. So if pie chart says high, so these are the number of records whose impact are high, which is 1 is high. Okay, when we go to medium, these are the number of records with the impact as medium. Okay, so yes, we can generate a report, bar chart, pie chart. These are the only options you can generate within the list view. Okay, so we've checked the form view and the form view and layout, and also list view. We'll look at what are some of the differences between list view and form view. So these are the differences. So form view, 1 record per page. As you can see, we can only work on particular record per page. More fields to display. So as I did say, it has more fields to display. We've got all of these related records. These are all fields that needs to be entered if it's actually needed. More control and customize. So also one thing, we can customize this form. All right, we can come here, perform form layout or form design. Okay, now we can do form layout. So let's look at this. Let's take a look at this top bit, okay, of the form, and let's see if we can remove some of them away, just to show you how this works. So in case you don't need any of these, you can just remove them. You can also add that more fields to this form by doing this. Configure form layout. Yeah, not now, we'll try that later. So these are all the fields, okay, and the split is just splitting it, top, middle, or sides. Okay, right side, left side. You can use the split to do that. So now where do we want to add more? Let's say we want to add this particular field to the form. To do that, we'll use that. So yeah, approval. Do you remember how we move fields over? We click on the fields that we want. We can do this by clicking the add. Okay, we can also do this by double clicking. Okay, now let's move this as well. Yes, exactly, we're going to use this move up icon. Okay, so now let's move it, and I want it to be in the first session. Okay, so it will be in this session. Okay, so now we're going to save it. I've added these values. Okay, and now when we look here, approval has been added, and also we can see active and deactivate. Okay, we can either activate this ticket or deactivate the ticket. That's how you can customize it. Okay, another way is the form design. This is actually designing the whole form. Okay, but we will look at that into more detail. On the other hand, list view. On the other hand, we've got list view. Okay, and under list view, we've got multiple records per page. So let's go back to our list. Ooh, that is quite a lot of records. Default limited fields display. Okay, so I did show you that usually it's just few fields displaying, which is like the default. And if you want to customize it, we can do that. All right, but then usually it opens with the default fields. So filter and sort functions. We saw how we were able to group some of these incidents into categories, urgency, and priority. All right, we can even group it according to assignment group. All right, okay. Now another function that I didn't show you is sorting them out. So we can sort them out either by saying maybe created last minute ago, or created from the previous month, okay, by dates. All right, so all that we can do is click in the top here, and that is going to sort that out for us. So in order for us to say, okay, we don't want the last ones to show, we want the older ones to show. Okay, we can click here, so yes, as you can see, it's now responding to the oldest, which is 9 years ago. Okay, we've got Luke Wilson, this incident. Okay, and that was created 9 years ago. When we click back on this arrow, it's showing us a new incident which has been closed. And we can sort by alphabetical order or by A to Z or Z to A, high to low, low to high. Okay, old to new, new to recent. We can also export this into these file formats, so Excel, CSV, XML, JSON, PDF, and export set. Okay, so there's so many things that we can do with the list view. Option to create report for data visualization. We looked at pie charts, how to create pie charts straight away from the list view. So this will be all for today about lists, record, and form. And if you did enjoy this tutorial, please like, comment, and share. And also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching today, and catch you in the next video.